Hello everyone! You and everyone know that there are many colors in this world like white, blue, pink, black, etc. etc. But there are two colors which have amazing properties. Do you know which colors are they? Yes, it is black and white. What is the special thing in these both colors? The perfect black and perfect white do not have any special properties, but some particular types of black and white have amazing and unbelievable properties. Do you know who are they? To know this, keep watching the video. Aalisi with Ankith. There is a special type of black called as muso black. What is the special part of it? This black absorbs so much light that if you are in a room painted with this whole muso black, you couldn't see anything. Do you know how much percentage of the light which falls on it is absorbed? 99.8% of the light which falls on muso black is completely absorbed by it. Oh my god! That's like you cannot see anything. This special type of white has something unbelievable. This type of white is called as LIT, lit white. The special thing about this is, it is not like the opposite of muso black, like it does not absorb light at all. But when the light is turned on, it is just normal paint. But when there is no light falling on it, it glows in the dark. Like, how is that possible? If we make a comparison of spider silk and steel wire, which can hold more weight? Obviously a steel wire, right? Because it's made up of steel, it should be strong. No! If that is your opinion, you are wrong. Spider silk is stronger. Want to prove it? A man put 5 pounds on a spider silk and 5 pounds on a steel wire. Did you know which fell? The steel wire fell, but the spider silk didn't. The spider silk still held 12 pounds of weight, but steel wire couldn't hold even 5 pounds. Like spider silk is so strong, right? Nature is amazing. What if I tell you I can make fried water? It's impossible, right? No, it's possible. There is an acid called as alginic acid which is found in brown algae. When you mix this alginic acid with water, it just becomes a solution as alginic acid or sodium alginate is soluble in water. But when the alginic acid is kept in a cell wall, the alginic acid is not sodium alginate but it is calcium or magnesium alginate. The difference between sodium alginate and calcium alginate is sodium alginate is dissolvable in water but calcium alginate isn't. So, if you put the calcium alginate into the sodium alginate and the water mixture, it results into a bubble membrane or water membrane which you can have. Want to eat fried water? Check our description and learn how to make it. Have you heard about hydrophobic items? Hydrophobic objects are the objects which do not attract to water. No matter what, if you dip it in water or do anything, it will not be wet at all. But what is the science between these hydrophobic objects? The thing which protects the hydrophobic objects from being attracted to water is the air between them. When there is air between the hydrophobic object and water, the water would not make the hydrophobic object wet. But there is a life hack to make this hydrophobic object non-hydrophobic. The life hack is, if you put the hydrophobic object in the vacuum chamber, the vacuum pulls out all the air in the vacuum chamber. So there will be no air to protect the hydrophobic object from water. So the hydrophobic object will no longer be hydrophobic. We all know the 2 dimensions and the 3 dimensions in the world. The 2 dimensions are length and breadth. The 3rd dimension is height. So totally there are 3 dimensions which humans have found out. They are length, breadth and height. What if I said you that there is a 4th dimension too? There is a 5th dimension too. Humans have not found out or named any 4th or 5th dimension object. But if a 4-dimension object comes into the 3D world, then it would just be like a sphere coming to our world and just go off. we would just see a three-dimensional object, but we won't see the fourth dimension. But the fourth dimension world's people would see the fourth dimension too. Confusing, right? I will tell you in the other way we have invented. In a two-dimension world, if you put a three-dimension object, it would still be two-dimension. For example, if we take a paper as the two-dimension world and do a drawing in it and put a three-dimension sphere in it, it would just go like this. Just a two-dimension circle in the two-dimension world. So, hence proved, in a two-dimension world, there would be no three-dimension objects. In the three-dimension world, there would be no four-dimension objects or two-dimension objects. And in the four-dimension world, there would be no two-dimension, three-dimension or five-dimension objects at all. Amazing, right? What happens when we reach the speed of light? Have you ever imagined this? To know this, we need to keep two standard color shades. That is red shades like orange, yellow, red, etc. and violet shades like purple, dark blue, pink and violet itself and etc. When we reach the speed of light, the whole world would turn into violet shades. Everything would be the shades of violet. But when light reaches our speed, like the 20 km/h speed of an average human, everything would turn into the red shades like orange, yellow, red, etc. Wow, that's something weird, right? This is not practically provable because neither we can reach the speed of light, which is 300,000 km/s, or the light can reach the speed of us, which is only 20 km/h. But according to a theory, this is what would happen if this happens. We have seen liquids solve big mazes in magic shows. How is that practically possible? Like, do they have brains? Or someone is controlling the water? No. They have put solutions in both the start and the end. This means they have put water in both the start and the end. And they have put a solution which attracts one to each other. They have the same ions which are attracted. So, they have put one solution to the water at the start and the other solution which attracts this at the end. So, this solution attracts to that in the easiest way so that it reaches the destination quickly as it is attracted as a strong force. This is the logic and this is what we are being fooled in magics. There is a substance called graphene. What is this graphene? It is just a smaller particle of graphite or the lead of a pencil. Do you know how much small this is? It is just similar to a single atom, but we can see it with the naked eyes. Yes, we cannot see a single atom through naked eyes. It is a cluster of atoms. But the speciality of this is it is so small, like it is nearly a two-dimension object. Yes, there is no two-dimension object in this world, but it has so less height, just nanometers of height, but still we can see through naked eyes. That's a very small substance. How to make it? It is very simple. We can just make it in our home. We just need a pencil and a transparent tape. Scratch the dark pencil on the tape and tape it like this, then like this, then like this, then like this, and eventually a graphene would have formed on the tape. To identify this, the graphene is a shiny substance on the tape, so you would see it easily. Some special life hack has been found. Amma, try mana? We have all seen tops and played it once at least in our life. There is a rope tied around the top and we trigger it so it can spin for a long time. But can a top spin forever? Yes, it can. How? It is easy. We just need an electromagnet and the top whose bottom is a ferromagnetic substance like iron or nickel. The logic between this is the electromagnet is constantly turning its poles like north, south, north, south, north, south. So, it constantly attracts and repels to the ferromagnetic substance below the top. So, it never stops spinning and the top spins forever. This is the same logic used in maglev trains, the magnetic levitation trains. We all have heard about black holes, but have you heard about white holes? It must be the opposite of black hole, and it is. The black hole sucks in all the space which comes in it, and the white hole throws out everything which is in the space. In the black hole, nothing can come out of it, and in the white hole, nothing can come in it. A very easy example which is in everyone's home is the tap. When we put water in the tap, the water goes in the hole below it. So the hole there is a black hole. But when the tap falls on the tiles on it, not in the hole, it has some empty space around it. That is a white hole. Whatever you do and push the water, it will not go in. This is the simple logic we have seen in our homes. Got to know the logic between black hole and white hole? We have all heard about the electrons, neutrons and protons. These are not visible and cannot seen by the naked eyes or the electronic microscopes we have invented in this world. But is there anything smaller than these? Yes, there is a substance which is smaller than electrons, neutrons and protons. It is called as a quark. The electrons are made up of millions of quarks. Now imagine, we cannot see electrons only through the naked eyes or the electronic microscope. How can we see the quarks in it? Whoa, this will take a long time to invent that much zoom microscope. There are many metals in this world, like many metals in this world. But there is a fact about all these metals and some two separate metals in them. All the metals in this world are silvery metals, which are near to the color silver except two metals, which is gold and copper. These are the only two metals which are non-silvery. That is why gold and copper are special. We know the chemical formula of water, H2O, hydrogen dioxide, right? But the hydrogen molecules in it are 31.5 billion years old. How is that years old and it's still present in this? It is because all the hydrogen molecules were formed in the start of the world, the Big Bang, and the same hydrogen molecules are at present here. We know that ice turns into water when heated. But the air around us, the air around me turns into liquid because of making the temperature colder. When the air reaches minus 190 degrees Celsius, it becomes a liquid. How is that possible? Ice, which is a solid, turns into water by heating it. But air, a gas, it is turned into a liquid by freezing it or making it colder. Something fishy. So that's it for today, friends. If you like this facts video, like the video, share it to everyone and subscribe to Aalisi with Ankith channel. And if you want to know more amazing facts like this, keep watching Aalisi with Ankith.